Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the SATAMonkeys podcast. I'm your host, Earth the Bat, and today I'm joined by Zaire JWC.
Hi.
Bear is a small boy bear.
Bears But yeah.
I didn't read the team speak first, but I said Zaire's name, then I opened it. So we have Nut Shack or
there.
Melon Wrap, and Rhyneeks.
Hello.
Or weird cat image. It's still that image is so awful. It's mirrored, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's
it
two
is.
lines on the cat's nose and they don't look right. We have some pretty interesting articles here, one really fucking sad one, and then the first one we're going to address is old, and it came out the day after we did the podcast, the last one. So I'm kind of annoyed by that because this is one I would have liked to cover. But we'll just get into it. This is from The Verge, the dreaded Verge. NVIDIA is nerfing its new RTX 3060 for Ethereum cryptocurrency mining. NVIDIA has a new CMP product for professional mining instead. Again, this came out literally one day after the last podcast. And what it amounts to, if I remember correctly, because I read up on it the day it happened. At a silicon level, NVIDIA is preventing the hash rate for the RTX 3060 from going over half of what it should be. Essentially, you have a half hash rate on a 3060 for mining. And NVIDIA is claiming there is no way to get into that. Now, there have been conflicting sources on YouTube that have said, clarified or disputed that, with Linus saying it's never stopped people before, but I believe it was Gamers Nexus pointing out that at a silicone level, that type of thing has never been beat. Or that type of security has never been beaten. It's because it's at a silicon level. So it may actually just be a permanent thing. It's kind of unclear how exactly it's going to work. It will be interesting to see if it does get breached. But this is big for a few. Oh, yeah?
I was gonna say at the silicon level, are we gonna talk about how there's a silicone shortage?
We can mention that in a second.
Okay,
here.
well, I have something to talk. We have something to say about this.
All right.
Go ahead, proceed.
So what this entails here, I'll start off the silicone shortage thing here, and then you can take over, Zaire.
Right.
A lot of people are saying this is a kind of huge issue, and Linus Tech Tips pointed this out. NVIDIA are trying to act like they're the good guys here, but they really aren't. What they're doing is taking away the silicone supply that they could dedicate to any number of GPUs. We could, for simplicity's sake, we'll say the 3060. And they're now setting it aside for their new CMP GPUs, which are meant to be solely crypto mining GPUs. For context, NVIDIA actually did this with the 10 series as well, releasing things like the P106-100 and other P cards. I had a P106-100. Yeah, it didn't. People eventually figured out how to get past their software blocking of being used as a GeForce card and run them as a GeForce card. But no one bought them for mining because they just didn't. It didn't work. They buy all those and then they go buy 1060s or any number of different cards that they wanted. It wasn't effective. This is essentially that, but they're now artificially limiting the hash rate of 3060. So it'll be good for in the very short term for the consumer, because they'll have a slightly better chance of getting one of these cards, because they're not really at risk of scalpers as much at this point. Because they don't have a great reason to buy it now, because a lot of it's selling it for mass sales through crypto miners. But there's still the fact that all these people have been trying to get graphics cards, so they're all going to build up, and it's going to equate to just as... Oh, I just hit the mic. It's going to equate to just as much of a shortage as there was before. But the fact that they've taken away silicon from what could be actual GPUs that have resaleability, because a crypto mining card, after it's done, it's done. Realistically. The fact that they're taking that away is objectively a really bad move, considering we're in a silicon shortage and there's not an infinite amount of silicon on the earth. So NVIDIA just effectively wasted a ton of silicon on cards that after they're done will just be thrown out, pretty much.
They'll just become e-waste and they won't get recycled.
Exactly. So go ahead, Zaire. What were you gonna?
You kind of took everything that I was gonna say. So
my bad.
I was gonna go all into that, but the only thing now is no, you said that too. Keep it moving. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Let's go. I mean,
Well,
let me
I'll let you have full reign over the next one. All right.
Nope, too late.
Okay.
Too late now.
Okay.
you've killed
Um.
Zaire. Great job.
Thanks.
But,
I
oh, go ahead.
go ahead. I've talked way too much, Rob.
Okay. Like, let me just say, I'm just hoping at least, like, these GPUs will not disappear off the shelf in like -2
Oh, they will.
seconds.
Oh no, they will.
Well, I'm talking about GPUs in general.
Oh no, they will, Rob. I think 3 years we can, and in 3 years we'll be good for the GPU shortage. 3 years.
I wouldn't even say
Fingers
that.
crossed.
We don't know where the silicon. Like, what are we
Oh
gonna
yeah.
do? It's literally the type of thing where we're either gonna have to find a brand new ginormous amount of silicon. It'd be the equivalent to finding a second Earth's worth. Or we need to
NVIDIA
find
buys
some
a
other.
second Earth for graphics cards.
Yeah, we just have Elon Musk fucking drilling into Mars, finding silicon or some shit. No, the more likely thing is we're gonna need to find a alternative for silicon, but no one's found an alternative for silicon because
There
it's not
isn't
looking
one.
like there is one. Yeah, it's gonna be something we'll have to invent, and we've already tried and failed for years. Not just as like a society. It's not a thing that's exists right now. So I don't know. What it tells me, what the like hearing about how bad the silicon shortage is, because it's so bad that car manufacturers aren't getting enough. There's not a lot used in a fucking car. Um, if it's really this bad, it's kind of just tells me now, don't like throw out anything. I have like 5 Core 2 Duos just in like the little like CPU things. I was gonna recycle them. I'm not now. I'll hold on to them because
And do what?
right now I have no idea, but if CPUs become like legitimately unobtainable at some point and I need to run some small scale task and something else, at least I have the shit to do it.
I'm saving my 1060 that I've had for 5 years, boys.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, it's just gonna be sitting in a at home doo computer.
Yeah,
So
it's always good, at least to me, to have a backup GPU. Mine's nothing special. It's a GT 730. And it's in the server right now. But it works. So it's the backup GPU in case I ever need it. But I don't know. You definitely want a better backup GPU. Like, if you want one that'll actually do anything, it'd be a good backup better than
a backup would have to be. I would have to buy 2 GPUs, and you know how hard that'll be.
Yeah, I feel you. I had a backup GPU at one point, if you remember, because I did have 2 1060s, but that didn't last. I couldn't do anything with 2. Like, I tried to dedicate one to
were
just...
they 2 6 gigs?
What?
Weren't they like 3 gigs?
They were 2 3 gigs, yeah. I was thinking maybe I could SLI chain them, but I looked at the performance difference and the problems with SLI at the time, and it made no sense to. I tried to set one as a rendering GPU for for running NVIDIA or not the render farm, but like for rendering my own stuff in Premiere or for NVIDIA. But OBS,
I wouldn't have used a 1065. It just takes a little bit too long for what you would probably want to do.
Well, but if you're using a 1060 that has no load on it, it's more than okay.
Oh, true.
The problem is OBS has issues and NVIDIA have issues running over a secondary card like that. Especially when it only has 4x, because my motherboard's weird. If I have 2 cards, the first one runs in 8x, I believe, and then the second one runs in 4. I'd have to double check that. I know it doesn't run 216s or 116, 14. It's like either 8 and 4 or 8 and 8. But it didn't work well, and I sold it. And I did have a 980 at one point, but it was the 980 from hell, which I think I've talked about in the podcast before. And I was originally regretting that I sold it, but I'm still happy I did because I don't know how much longer it worked for. I know it worked longer than the 30 days after I sold it because I never got a return on eBay. I don't know how long it's lasted beyond that. But yeah, I don't know. Hold on to your GPUs and stuff, I guess. I mean, this is kind of like the type of thing
Hold on to all your tech stuff at this point, really.
Yeah, I feel like a conspiracy theorist saying like, hold on to your shit. There's a silicon shortage, and you can still buy.
But it's true though.
Yeah, it is true. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it, but it is true. It's a real thing. Will it take 10 to 15 years till we really see like silicon be gone? Yes. Does that
But
mean the
10 to
prices
15
of it?
years isn't that, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much.
Yeah, exactly. And will, more importantly, will prices of silicone scale exponentially compared to that? Definitely. They won't scale slowly with it. They're gonna skyrocket even more than they already have. So just hold on to your older stuff, like GPUs especially if you have it. CPUs, I mean, there's probably just like an absurd amount of Intel GPU. They release the same, not GPU. They release the same CPU every year, pretty much at this point. The finding literally 7,000 series Intel chip or a 11,000 series chip, not hard. I think the 11,000's not out yet, but you get what I mean. They're the same exact thing. It's the 14 nanometer fucking node. People didn't buy them, so there's just tons that sit in a warehouse or end up on eBay. The
What if we
CPUs aren't
just
going to be an
take
issue.
what if we just take all AMD silicone? Because fuck AMD.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not messing with AMD.
No, I
give
don't
it to
get it.
NVIDIA. Give it to NVIDIA.
Nah, dude, AMD already like rivaled Nvidia's graphics card performance. The 6900
True,
XT.
but I feel like since NVIDIA hasn't had really a big competitor in a while, now that there is, they're probably gonna come out with something nuts. You know what I mean? Just to be
Yeah,
like, okay,
I wouldn't say take away from AMD. It's like, hey, let's make Nvidia fucking monopoly. No,
monopolize NVIDIA.
monopolize Nvidia. They already kind of were for a while, but
They really were
yeah, you can't make that argument. As
anymore.
of like last year, you can't make that argument anymore. Now that AMD just fucking like they didn't pwn them, but they got damn near close with the 6900 6900 XT. I just slurred all of those words, but you got what I meant.
But a lot of people that I know that have AMD cards just have problems. They don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, that's a
That's
thing
the
though
only
with
reason
AMD
I just
stuff.
don't mess with AMD like that, because there's so many problems that you don't know. Like you go online and people are like, oh, try this, and it doesn't work. Like I know this is a YouTuber, but FaZe Jeff, he had an AMD card for a while. He had many AMD cards, and his computer was just fucked for so many. Every AMD card he had, like 3 months later, he got a new PC just because it was so bad.
AMD is notorious for having driver issues, and lots of them. But that's if here's the thing. I'd love to say they should focus on that, but they really fucking shouldn't. They should focus on being competitive with NVIDIA, and if they can sustainably do that for like the next 2 years, then start focusing on your drivers because they know they won't fall behind if they focus on something else.
Yeah, 2 years probably wouldn't matter, but sooner or later they do have to focus on it. But I feel like 2 years for Nvidia, they might come out with something nuts, and then like, well, shit, we're back at square one. So if they go back to square one, I would just say fix all your problems internally, and then try to like work outwards.
Yeah.
Not in it, working inwards kind of sucks because people get bad taste in their mouth and they don't want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my thing.
All right. We're going to move on here to a story from ARS Technica. Samsung now updates I gotta stop saying Samsung now updates Android for longer than Google does. Google or Galaxy devices going back to 2019 are now getting 4 years of security updates, which is really fucking cool and is probably, I'm not gonna lie, that is likely going to make me choose a Samsung device as my next one over the OnePlus 7 Pro that I've mentioned so many times, because the 5T currently is suffering from not getting updates anymore and being on an archaic security patch.
I'm glad I haven't updated my phone yet, aren't I?
Well, you have an iPhone. You have like an iPhone 6. Oh, you mean got a new phone? Yeah.
6S Plus. I'm getting.
going.
Oh, my headset turned off. Hold on. Give me a second. Jeez.
Thanks, Obama.
What's that? Okay, well, while Zaire
All right, I'm
headset's
back.
off, I'm gonna reset my headset so my hair's not in my face. All right.
All right, we're back. We're back.
Continuing with this article, Samsung is. I'm not gonna read the article. I'll just summarize it here. Samsung is extending the updates, the security updates and everything for a bunch of models. Some of them are going to be quarterly, like the S8. Some will be monthly, like the S9. The devices supported are all of the Galaxy Fold devices. The Galaxy S series, S10 through S21. This literally doesn't say S9. I don't know why. Let's see. As for phones, okay. These are the 4-year updates, not just the. Man, this is a really fucking okay. This is 4 years of monthly updates or something. This is a very weirdly worded article. The the Galaxy A series A10 through A42, Galaxy M series M10 through M51, what is X cover? X cover 4S, X cover Field Pro, I'm googling that. What the fuck is X cover?
I'm looking at.
I feel like I've heard of it before.
I've never heard of it. It's a
rugged
$500
phones.
phone. It's a rugged phone. Oh,
I remember this. I think I remember this.
This is what replaced the S7 Active, wasn't it?
I think.
Okay.
I believe there was an S8 Active.
Well, I mean, I should have said the S series Active because.
Have you guys seen those other rugged phones for like $500?
Oh yeah, the ones from my cat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
they're weird.
I got recommended someone like testing out the videos and just shitting on them, and it was kind of funny. I forgot who I saw it though.
Yeah, but I know. No, I'll get into it in a sec. That's all the meat of this article. Is Samsung's updating for longer than Google's own Android phones, like the Pixels, are getting Android updates for, which is kind of funny. I don't know. I'm surprised Google is not immediately responding by saying, "Okay, fine, we're pushing them for fucking 5 years or some shit." It's not like it's hard to do. It's just not. I don't develop this shit, and I know it is difficult, relatively speaking. But if this is part of your business, if you sell phones, and especially if you're Google and you own Android, they should already have had 4 years of security updates. I actually didn't know they didn't have something like that. And it's definitely another advantage to being an iPhone user, where you can have a phone that is fucking archaic and it will get updates for longer than 4 years.
iOS 15, baby, here we go.
Are you actually getting newer iOS updates on the 6S Plus?
Yeah, no, they're still coming out.
I'm surprised they didn't cancel it yet. I thought
No, they're still coming out. Oh, did you guys hear about screen share on FaceTime?
No.
Yeah, that's a thing now. iOS 15 taken away from Discord, Zoom, and
Let's go. Let's find new security issues.
Oh yeah, no. The security issue of being on FaceTime calls with someone and they don't know is still a thing.
That's
Nice.
great.
I think it happened to me once. No, the camera when it says they're on pause, sometimes it doesn't work, and they're like, "Am I on pause?" And they're like, "No." They're like, "What?" That's happened to me recently. I'm like, "Oh my god, that is bad."
It is. I'll get into this real quick because I mentioned it like a bit earlier. One phone that I still wish was still around, or rather, I guess, company. The last iteration of BlackBerry, the one from 2018 that released the phone with the I want to say the phone with a keyboard, but BlackBerry's known for that. It had a keyboard that closely resembled something you'd see like on a laptop with like membrane switches and everything, but they were way bigger than what you'd think for a BlackBerry. It looked really fucking cool, and I believe it came out after the 5T, I think, but I saw it before the 5T, and before I decided on that phone, I was definitely getting that because I really wanted that keyboard. It looked really fucking cool. And I do a lot of typing at like 8 million miles per hour. So I don't know. That had nothing to do with this. I just saw it and it reminded me of that for some reason, but I wanted to say it because I really missed it.
I thought BlackBerry was still making phones.
No, I think they got bought out again and they're starting up again, but it's not anything.
Didn't their phone just come out?
Yeah, in 2018, and then they're gone again.
No, I thought it was like recent. A new phone came out by them.
Let's see here. Black.
Who was that? It was like a folding phone. It was like.
I don't think BlackBerry released a folding phone.
Oh.
New BlackBerry phone with keyboard coming in 2020.
Was it a Nokia? No, it wasn't Nokia. I feel like one of the OG like phone.
Was it LG?
Maybe one of the OG phone companies or phone manufacturers like sold new ones, and it was a folding phone. But maybe I'm thinking of something different.
We're covering the LG rollable phone later, like in the podcast here, so I don't know if that's it or not.
No, it's not that. It was a phone. I'll figure it out later.
All right. We'll move on here to an article from ABC News, and I don't know why they're covering this, but they are. Nearly 40,000 Macs infected with mysterious malware, researchers say. Dubbed Silver Sparrow, the malware is not yet engaged in malicious activity. And that's the meat of it. Somehow, Palpatine returned. Somehow, 40,000 Macs have just been infected with this virus that is apparently signed by an Apple dev account, meaning, at least to me, but I kind of think it might have been distributed to the App Store if it's like that. I don't know. But
probably on underburner apps that someone used, and then it got spread through that. What was
Maybe.
this happened only once before? I thought.
I'm not sure about once. I think it's happened more than that. But
What? Oh, I haven't
I
heard
don't
of
think
it
it's ever
besides-
happened before where there's been a malware that's spread that just does nothing, and if you have a specific file, it'll uninstall itself. Very weird.
Oh.
What it probably is, and to be fair, the security researchers probably know this, and they just don't want to say it to like scare people. It's probably just setting up for a botnet of some sort. If it's installing itself in 40,000 things and not doing anything, it's probably just setting up a botnet to DDoS something. I don't know.
Probably
It
in
could
like
be,
3 years we'll hear about it again.
yeah, it could be. It also could just be a normal like a normal type of hacking where they're just going to siphon all your data and then block your computer like WannaCry or some shit. It could be that too. This seems though to me like it'd be more of a coordinated effort to get a botnet for DDoSing. Given the small size of Max Effective, but then again, that's partially because Apple removed the developer's certificate.
I thought when I read this, I didn't have time to fully read it. I thought it was gonna be like in the 90s, like the "I love you" poem thing. If you guys know what that is,
No,
like the big
I think I saw somebody like load that onto a DOS computer.
yeah, and "I love
Yeah,
you"
Dan
poem.
Coot, you know.
Yeah. So I didn't really read the whole or I didn't watch the whole video on it. But these guys who it was supposed to be um a college like project, and the guy got didn't they didn't allow him to do it for college, so he left the school. Then he made the virus, and then he just destroyed everyone's computers. And it was just a email. So one person gets it, then it sends it to everyone. Someone to them on their email, and they open it. It was a Visual Studio virus, but it looked like it was a text document. So if you didn't turn on the like hide or show the fully text file name, you wouldn't have seen it, and it was just people were getting hacked. So I thought it was something like that. But no, that is something kind of cool.
nice. Sorry, I was pulling the batteries out of my phone. Yeah, I find this funny because we talked about it was either last week or the week before how like Macs don't get hacked that often. They can get hacked, but they have really good
Last week.
security. Yeah, and then
Last
40,000 Macs infected by mysterious malware.
Fun.
I remember that because I was playing COD 4 Speed Death Run.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Again, not much else to say here on this article. It's not like it's been a slow news week. It's just some of the news here is really short. But yeah, we'll move on to. By the way, I included this article here, specifically to call back to again. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before where we talked about. It was last week. It was the Metal Gear board game.
Board game. Yeah.
I've been proven wrong on. I don't think these gaming board games get funding, and I don't know why they do them.
You didn't even say it yet. Whoops.
Yeah, this is from Nerdist. There's a Stardew Valley is now a board game. And that's the entire gist of it. There is now a Stardew Valley board game. So I've been proven wrong, I guess.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is Stardew Valley has a big backing of just I don't know,
a community,
not
right?
an Animal Crossing backing, but a backing that can rival some type of board game made, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. That I think if it has a good enough backing like Stardew Valley, which you don't really see a lot of Stardew Valley content. The only time I see Stardew Valley is on my Steam store, and I don't want to pay for it. That's it. But I think the backing for it is kind of big, but you just don't see it.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do we have anybody here that has played Stardew Valley?
No, I think
I
so.
returned it. I played it and then I returned it. Yeah.
I think I
Just like
returned it.
Terraria. I do that. I did that with Terraria like twice now. I wanted to play Terraria and I just returned it after like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I love it. I remember the time you said you returned Left 4 Dead 2.
No, I just fully uninstalled it. That's
No. You said you returned it.
I thought
and
I
you didn't
did.
know how you did, and we couldn't figure. Like I tried to gift you it, and you couldn't get it, and we figured out that Zaire just was so done with the game for no reason. You told me you just didn't like the game. It wasn't like any seething hatred.
Well, I don't even know why I deleted it.
Yeah,
I forgot why I
listed
didn't
the
like
game from your library. We had to go
forgot
through
that I
his
did.
transaction history to pull the game back into the library.
Yeah, I don't.
It was dumb.
I don't know why we did that, because Left 4 Dead is pretty fun. I don't know why. Oh, because I was playing with my friend. Like, usually I buy games, and then my friends don't play the games with me, and I just get pissed off, and I just uninstall the game. And I was so mad, I think I just deleted all of Left 4 Dead. That's
You don't
why.
say. Well, yeah, I deleted it and then deleted it from the library.
Yeah, I was that mad.
Yeah. That was great. I love how we spent like an hour and a half trying to figure out why the fuck can't I buy you the game? It's not what you
I
could
wish
redeem it.
Steam
Just
would have
wouldn't
told you,
work.
like, hey, it's in your you've owned this game.
Well, but you kept insisting you refunded the game
I
after
thought I
playing
did.
it for like 2 days, and I'm like, dude, that's not how that works.
Hold on, we can actually check my playtime for it.
I don't think it was like 48 hours, 2 days, but you said like, yeah, I know I played it for like, like yesterday or not yesterday, but like this day and then this day.
Okay.
What's your playtime for it?
I have 2.8 hours. So I actually feel like I should have refunded the game because Matt,
you know what
you and
probably
I
happened? You know what? You probably had like 2.1 hours and tried to refund it and couldn't and got mad and then
and I
just
didn't
fucking...
notice it. That's probably why.
Yeah.
So okay, so I think I did try to actually refund the game because Matt and I played. How long? You and I played for like 2 hours. It felt like. Remember?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the other thing could be, I don't know if Steam deletes your hours played when you delist something from your library.
Oh, I might want to test that out.
Yeah. Yeah. So Stardew Valley board game. This game actually looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Would I buy it? No. But it does look kind of cool. So yeah, I've been proven wrong.
Maybe one of the viewers, aka you guys, might want to buy it
and send it to us.
Maybe later on you could tell us in the comments. Yeah,
I'll
Sorry,
put my
Spotify
address in the
people,
comment
but,
section. You can send it to me.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta poop.
Not this again.
I genuinely have to go to the bathroom.
Don't bring the mic. Do not bring your mic.
I will not. I will bring my headset.
No, shut up, fucking epic.
But we just hear like in like the background, it's just like we're talking about a subject like, oh yeah, what?
No, we just hear the gnome fart in the background.
No, it's like he doesn't bring his mic, and then you just hear it all the way down the hallway.
I wouldn't be shocked if we start the next topic and it goes like, okay, like screams it. So at risk of doing that, we are going to move on here to the next article from 9 to 5 Google. Google, I keep saying Google Pixel phones saved an unconscious man from being trapped in an overturned vehicle for hours. This one's actually really cool. I gotta fucking stop, dude. Can someone like tape my mouth shut? Fuck! Someone else do it! Someone else do the article. Fuck! I'm not doing that intentionally.
Okay.
I'm not doing it intentionally.
But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. So, for what I've noticed, apparently, yes, Google has a feature on their Pixel line of smartphones, and shut up, Epic, and so they have car crash detection, which I'm not sure how this works because I may or may have not read the article, but I'm assuming that it's going to notice that all of a sudden, wait, is it Bobcat loader?
Yes, it is. I'll take it from here.
Okay,
I got it.
never mind. It wasn't speeding, but
I got it from here. What this article goes over is essentially a Google Pixel. So I should explain this here. The Google Pixels, and I think just any phone with I forget it's the gyroscope, and then there's some other ometer. I don't remember the name of it. I think it might be called a speedometer, and just not the one you're thinking of, but or that typically comes to mind.
Accelerometer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it uses that, and it can measure when it thinks there's like a high impact. If the phone goes flying at like 20 miles an hour through the windshield, it's gonna realize there's an impact. And so I think that's the what?
Through the windshield.
Well, you get what I mean. Through anything, if it notices an impact, like just a substantial change in something like that, it's gonna notice. And apparently Google has software for that, or something built in on software level that will say, okay, I think this is a car crash, contact 911. And that's what happened to this guy who in his Bobcat was doing some type of construction work. I read it over. I don't think does it even say here? It doesn't. But it looks like he flipped it and he broke four 4 broken thoracic vertebrae and had 7 broken ribs, which fucking sucks, man. That sounds like it hurts. He flipped the Bobcat, and if the Google Pixel had not called the police or 911, he probably would have been stuck there for multiple hours since he was unconscious, and then woken up, and he was afraid that the Bobcat could have caught fire because of a leak, or that he would have gotten hypothermia because he was stuck out there that long. But the Pixel's crash detection probably, we don't know if that would have happened or not, but it did save him ultimately at the end of the day. It did detect that he was in a crash. It called the police, and he was awoken by, a 911 correspondent trying to talk to him through his phone. And then a few minutes later, I think it says the police and EMS whatever arrived, and they got him out of there. So Google did, not sure the title is accurate, they did save an unconscious man from being trapped. I don't know if they saved his life. Doesn't sound, it's unclear if he was in any deadly position, but he very well could have been with 4 broken vertebrae. Either way, this is a really cool example. As much as I hate to say it, I think we all have to admit this is a cool example of Google taking. This is a great example of the good that can be done.
I just want to mention something though. I remember seeing something on the news about somebody's Apple Watch detecting that they fell from a high.
Oh no, it can.
Oh yeah, they can do that too.
Yeah,
it can.
So I'm seeing that this tech is starting to become more prominent. I believe my phone doesn't have it, and
Nor does mine.
Yeah, I have
Sadly.
a feeling none of us have that feature, so don't get into car crashes. But I have a feeling this tech is going to definitely become more prominent in most phones.
Yeah, be careful not to flip your Bobcat.
Yeah. Oh wait,
here's the one thing that worries me. Although it is a very, very good feature, it's just what if it goes off by accident and you don't notice? I have a feeling they have a lot of alarms that go off, but there's that what if.
That's
true.
They
said they were talking to them on the phone and they didn't respond. So if they responded oh no.
That reminds me of something. There was this footage of somebody taking I believe a Camaro around a track, and every 2 minutes, hello, this is emergency services, and the guy, I'm not an emergency, I'm racing right now.
I know for a fact that type of thing can happen. First of all, I think the way a lot of that's done when it calls the police or 911 rather, if I remember correctly, it either has something embedded within it in that contact info that I just hit the mic again, embedded in that contact info that tells 911 that, hey, this is an automated service from Google calling you to tell you that this person may be in danger, but also you can respond. I believe that is done. I am almost positive that is done for all those types of things. So if you do respond, say, no, it's, this is a false alarm, the chances of 911 getting mad at you are pretty slim. They know you didn't do anything. It's just your phone automatically trying to protect you. I remember that
just the one thing that I was worried about is that you're having a party or something, you slipped, and all of a sudden 2 fire departments are at your house.
Well, I think it's got to be a better impact than that.
But
yeah,
this guy's probably fallen with his phone in his pocket before and hasn't done that. But flipping a Bobcat is more than enough to trigger it.
Yeah.
Drop your phone, the whole SWAT team comes.
Yeah. What I do know is with iPhones, there's a thing where, and I think this is standard now. I thought it was a feature you can enable, but I think it's standard. If you tap the power button enough times, it'll dial 911.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, and if you swipe left,
it'll enter the emergency contact thing, right?
Yeah, no, but you can call 911.
Yeah. There was this kid in my math class last year, right? And
what's his name? Give a if it's Kevin Blevin.
His name's Jack.
He
what I will say is, so you know who it is, I believe it's the one with an alternate name as well.
The stupid one. Yes.
To be fair to him,
I'm really hoping he's not watching.
I don't care. You're stupid. You're stupid.
To be fair, this was not his stupidity that caused this.
He is stupid.
Okay, sorry, you're peeking a bit. Can you back up a little bit, please?
Oh, sorry.
What happened here? He and this is really no fault of his own. He would wear these cargo shorts during essentially when it wasn't snowing, and the pockets were a little tight to his leg, I guess. I don't have that issue. I have the issue where my pockets are either depth-wise too small or way too fucking wide. I've never had them just kind of be, tight to my
He just got
leg.
the wrong size.
No, it's not that. When he'd sit down, the pants were tight enough that it would tighten right onto the power button, and not enough to hold it down, but enough to hit it a few times, right where the button clicks, and it would call the police. And there were 3 days in a row where he entered class, sat down, and then he had to tell the teacher, "Can you contact the office and tell them that we're not in danger?" My phone automatically called 911 again, and it was funny as fuck. It really wasn't his fault. I genuinely don't blame him for it. He's putting it in his pants. I can't. That's the equivalent of me putting my phone in my pocket and then it calling
out the cops. Let's go.
Yeah, but he without dialing though. That's the thing. I'm not, and that's in a way. I believe my phone has it. Let me try right now. If I spam power, let's see.
Call the cops.
No, it won't. It won't auto call them. It'll open a secure. It doesn't do that good. I believe I have to spam a specific few buttons. It's like power and volume up a bunch of times.
I just opened my camera through. Oh, I didn't know I could do that with
my camera. I can as well. I don't like that feature. I don't like that feature on Apple phones, it being the power button, because that can be clicked pretty easy.
I think I have to do a quick succession of buttons, and also I have to have it on.
Yeah. Then again, there's not.
It up, and it contacts emergency contacts, hello, this weird person is with me. Send help. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. This I don't know. It's at the end of the day, it's a feature phones have that's not a reason you buy the phone. It's meant to be a bit of a bonus, and it can also be bad.
Yeah, you have to turn it on.
But this is one of the few cases of it being a good thing, and also one of the few cases where Google collecting all the fucking information on you they want is actually beneficial and could save your life. I'm not saying you should allow it. I'm saying if you buy a Google Pixel, you're okay with it. That's not a controversial.
You're already getting tracked if you're buying a Google.
If you're buying a Google phone to avoid Google, that's some of the dumbest shit.
That's dumb. Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I talk about something real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Did y'all hear about the new Spider-Man?
Yeah. How they did.
Oh yeah,
3 different titles.
No, it's called Spider-Man Phone Home, and I was just very excited about it.
No, it's not called. That's not the final name.
Is it not called Phone Home?
Did you not see the marketing they did? Okay, let me explain it real quick.
Oh no, I didn't.
What they did, Zendaya, the guy who plays, and the guy who plays Ned, I don't remember the name of him, and Tom Holland, they all posted different titles for it, different things saying, "Can't wait for this," I can't wait for you guys to see this, blah blah blah. Then they put out a thing today saying, "Wow, they tricked us." It's a shitty kind of corporate campaign, and the final name of it is Spider-Man Can't Get Home or something.
Okay.
It's definitely not that. It's definitely not Can't Get Home, because that's a meme title. Spider-Man
Phone Home
Can't
was
Get
kind of
Home.
cool. Phone Home was good.
I like that. Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda's out of jail, baby.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. Unfortunately, what was it, on the same day that was announced on the same day that Daft Punk broke up, and we'll get to that. We actually have that here as a story.
Tiger Woods almost died.
No, not the same day. No, it was announced on the same day. But it happened
Tuesday.
We'll move on to our next story here from Engadget. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is delayed indefinitely. Developer Hardsuit Labs is no longer on the project. Now, this is interesting because this is a very, very weird way to delay a game and announce this. I'm going to read the post here from the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Twitter, and hopefully the weirdness sets in. Good morning, everyone. As you have noticed, we've been keeping pretty quiet for a while. With this in mind, the first piece of news we have for you is to confirm that Bloodlines 2 is still in development. Secondly, we have made the hard decision that Hardsuit Labs will no longer be leading the development of Bloodlines 2, which also means that we will not be releasing in 2021 as previously planned. Since we cannot at this time communicate a new release date, we've also decided to stop accepting pre-orders for the time being. This game is very important to us, ambitious project, and then they thank the studio, and then they thank everyone for their support. So it's essentially, hey guys, unfortunately we won't be releasing on time because we've fired the developer, or are no longer working with the lead developer of the project. We thank them for it, but we're no longer working with the lead developer of the project.
This sounds like a Duke Nukem situation.
Kind of. Well, I'm not. My Duke Nukem Forever is a little rusty.
Oh well, it took them 10 years and they changed from 4 different developers.
Well, I know that. I just didn't know there was a similar thing where they formally announced it.
Yeah, no, it was weird.
This I have seen I believe, full gameplay, if not most of it, of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I didn't buy it because I've seen it, but I actually really liked it. And it was a bit ago. I don't remember it too well, but I do remember really, really enjoying it. I didn't think I would. I thought it'd be just a shit game, and it wasn't. It was really fucking cool. So I'm not disappointed, I guess, because it's still in development, they say. But how can a game be in development without a developer? They haven't announced a new developer. What the fuck are they doing? That's really what I'm getting at. Seems like they don't know what they're doing. If they're just gonna fire the lead developer, they're not gonna announce a new one yet. What's going on? So
yeah, that is pretty bad.
They've also, the fact that they're not accepting pre-orders anymore, but they didn't say they'll be refunding them. It means that they really intend to keep going, but they're implying that all of their pre-order backers are like, not backers, but pre-order people are like, yeah, we're fine with the lead developer and no longer working on the project and the future of it being uncertain. Yeah, so we're not gonna refund you. Because that's cool. It's an assumption there on their part. And I don't think that's a great move. I think they should be offering refunds to anyone who wants them, who pre-ordered, since the future of the game is very clearly uncertain no matter what they say without a lead developer. But that's my take. What do you guys think? Because I don't know. I don't see anyone saying that in the comments.
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of weird. I don't think they should have did it like this. Or maybe they have some internal affairs things going on,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It could be internal affairs.
I'm just thinking you kind of need a lead developer, so either this game's fucked but just keep your fingers crossed, maybe?
Maybe. Hey guys, unfortunately the game's not, releasing this year, and we fired the lead developer, but we're still releasing. Thanks.
Please send help.
I like the article. Oh, we should have covered that, the next gen USPS vehicle that looks like a shoe.
Oh,
we should have done that.
You wanna?
Nah, we already got enough. We have enough here, and then
It looks like cartoon car. Look it up, anyways.
It looks like a shoe. It looks like a big shoe. Move on here to a story from Android Police about LG's rollable phone. The original title here was LG. It was something along the lines of LG cancels rollable phone, or LG on the verge of canceling. It was because of a leak, but apparently LG's rollable phone may still see the light of day after all, because a LG spokesperson has confirmed that they confirmed to The Verge that the rumors are not true, or rather they denied the rumors, and it's still weird. A thing. So this kind of killed the article, and I really didn't notice this until I read it over, and I'm like, well, we're starting in 10 minutes anyways, so okay. Okay, fine, we'll still cover it. So yeah, there's officially now nothing to this article. So I'm just gonna move on because there's nothing here. I gotta
say though, I was thinking it was going to be as rollable as those freaking disc bubblegum things that you like bubblegum tape. I was thinking it was going to be like that. It was going to be a little thing and you go shh, like that.
Nah,
but now I'm looking at the GIF that is repeatedly looping. Holy shit, that looks cool. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm looking at the GIF. I don't get how that's done.
But at the same time, I think that might be a big pinch zone. So.
Oh, I get how it's done. It's a rollable at the top. Okay, never mind. I understand how it's done. That's an interesting design. I remember seeing that now. I just never understood how it worked, but I get it. I can imagine if that does release, there's gonna be at least 5 people who have the motor go too high and it rips the fucking screen in half. Oh no, LG, help. I'm having this problem with my phone where the screen is ripping itself in half. Great shit out of context there, that'd be. We're gonna move on here to a kind of sad story. Very, very sad, especially for me, because I was a really big fan. I'm gonna just spoil it here. I was a really big fan of Daft Punk, and I was literally in class. I opened YouTube, and I see they uploaded a video 2 minutes ago, and I watch it, and it's this. Daft Punk announced on February 22nd that they are splitting up in a video called Epilogue, where they use footage from their 2006 film Electroma of the silver robot, because they're not named, the silver robot blowing up, and then it cuts to a symbol of both hands with their signature triangle thing. It's in 1993 to 2021, and it's really sad to see. To everyone's knowledge, because Daft Punk have always been private. That's the whole point of the robot things. They want their private life to be separate from their of the public,
Public.
To everyone's knowledge, there's no beef between them. It's not like it was a horrible band breakup. They're just done. They just don't have anything else to do.
It's been how many years again? 20?
It's been 28 years of Daft Punk, and 7 years of nothing since Random Access Memories. What I will point out, and I'm also going to preface this with, this is probably wishful thinking. I'm not confident in saying this, but I should mention it because it's a Reddit theory that's been blowing up, and it also has credibility to it. Many have noticed that at the very start of the video, specifically, if my YouTube will want to work correctly, it's 6 seconds in, it shows the date of the release of the video, 02/22/21, but it shows it in a time format that is not anything like anything else. There's no country where what you're seeing on screen right now where this is a date, month, year, or anything like that because of the colons. But what the colons could mean is it's a timestamp. So many are theorizing given that the anniversary of their album Discovery is this Friday, there's the potential that this is the runtime for like a big final goodbye album or compilation album.
Yeah, I would have did this on Friday, their anniversary, not a random ass. Was it Tuesday?
It's probably teasing to build hype. There's an article I saw that I didn't put in because we didn't need to. It said their sales have soared by 2,058%. Oh, but after they announced they're splitting. Obviously on their part, I don't think this is a thing for sales. And they probably see it as an Easter egg. Keep in mind, they're millionaires, and they've made it clear they're not in it for the money. They'll go dormant for 7 years and then announce they're splitting up. They're not doing this for money. But it seems like it may just be, to kind of give one last thing, to be vague about it, in the traditional Daft Punk style of being vague, which is fine. It'd be really cool to see if there was some big compilation album released on Friday. I'm personally hoping if it does, it has the full version of it's not a remix, it's more like a choral version of the song Touch that's at the end of this epilogue. Because I really fucking like it, and it's only in this epilogue, and it cuts off prematurely. It's intentional, clearly, but it cuts off prematurely. So yeah, I don't know. Very, very kind of sad stuff. Not very... It was not a great thing to wake up to.
Not poggers.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad to see. But a lot of people have been saying, be grateful that it happened and not that it's over. And I do agree with that. So yeah, I don't have much more to say on that because there really isn't much more. I'm not going to say rest in peace Daft Punk like people are saying because they're not fucking dead. They're both alive. I don't get that.
I wonder
up.
I wonder if they do their solo stuff now. Like, what would they do? If
They've already done solo stuff before.
What are they? I don't know their names solo.
Guy Manuel de Cristo, I think one guy's name, and the other one's Thomas Begalter.
No. I thought it was gonna be like Peter.
No, it's
like...
Thomas Begalter, and let me look up their names. Daft Punk names, because I almost know them. Thomas Begalter and Guy Manuel de Homium Cristo. I think that's right. May have butchered the French pronunciation a little bit, but
a little bit Italian.
I think it's
It
more
sounds
French.
Foreign.
It sounds a little bit
foreign.
French, but the Cristo that sounds more Italian.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not great at that stuff. I don't know. I should have spoken on, is that Italian or not? Because I genuinely don't understand that stuff. I don't get how a name could be something different. That's literally just me, though. I'm just an idiot with that. But yeah, I do hope that, I definitely hope that Guy Manuel and Thomas continue separately or with music in general. I hope this isn't them both quitting music. I doubt it is. No one thinks it is, but it'd be...
Well, it's not. They technically quit music for 7 years.
I don't think they quit. I think they were most likely working on something.
I have a feeling they were just struggling within that.
For 7 years, Rob?
Zaire, you realize that the gaps between their albums have always been long. They're known for this. No fan of Daft Punk was expecting an album. Daft Punk fans are used to the wait. which is why that's why it's kind of sad to see people waited 7 years for them to announce they're done. And that's also why people can't believe that they're done, and that they really think the timestamp at the start, the possible timestamp, is the length of a anniversary record coming out on Friday. And I really hope it is too, because honestly, it is a tiny bit annoying that it's 7 years to announce they're done, but it's hard to get annoyed at it. But no, they're known for long wait times between albums. It's not like this was 7 years was unexpected.
But all the 7 years, they weren't trying to perfect one album, is what I'm saying.
We don't know that. We don't know if they were they were working on. They could have been working on something that's releasing Friday. And we also know that they did work with The Weeknd in 2016. I believe they worked with a few artists in 2015 as well.
Kanye, I think.
So they worked on Tron as well.
Well, that was that was 2010. Yeah. That was before Random Access Memories.
Well, yeah.
But no, they did do work outside of like within the 7 years, just nothing of their own. Although personally, I feel like I Feel It Coming is more of a Daft Punk song than the Weeknd song, so I kind of would call that their last song. But
I don't think anyone does besides you.
I don't think that's true. Most people say with the two songs they did with the Weeknd, Starboy is the Weeknd with Daft Punk, and I Feel It Coming is the Daft Punk featuring the Weeknd.
Produced very well.
They're just completely different vibes.
I Feel It Coming is for the music aspect. What was the other one? Starboy was just something different. Starboy
was literally, as the Weeknd said, he heard Thomas' custom ringtone that Thomas made, and he said, "Yo, what's that? Put that shit on." And that's literally how that's how the beat became a thing. It was Thomas' ringtone. So Starboy, that's why I like to say that's the Weeknd with Daft Punk. He really took the lead there, and it doesn't sound like a Daft Punk song traditionally. Whereas Epilogue does. Man, I have screen tearing on YouTube. I need to fix that. Why do I have that? That's going to annoy me for the next fucking multiple hours. Oh, man.
I just want to mention another thing. Reportedly, Lemmy has met the two guys at Daft Punk.
It doesn't shock me.
Yeah. Well, I just find it kind of surprising. Because it's Lemmy, for God's sakes.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll continue wearing the masks after this and for their separate stuff.
Well, for their personal life, probably, so they don't want to be tracked or no.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, we did find out their names.
Yeah, no, it's not so they can't be
like.
No, we do. Yeah,
do you?
We do. Yeah, it's just because it's more of a statement.
Okay.
There are no, for context, in the past, before the helmets were created, they would just wear like a bag over their head right before an interview, or they would like go to a mask shop really quick and just grab some masks and put them on. They want to keep it separate. So,
there's some cute boys.
I just wonder what they'll do. They're definitely not going to go back to buying masks right before. So I kind of wonder if they will keep with the masks, or maybe they just won't show their face much anymore, or anything, and they'll just kind of produce for stuff. I don't really know. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And our final story here, that was going to be the final story, but I found this and I didn't want to reorder it, like reorganize the order, so we're just going to put it here at last. HP is acquiring HyperX for $425 million, which is one of the weirder purchases I've heard this year. For context, HyperX is owned by Kingston, the RAM company, and HP, I guess, are just buying HyperX. I don't really know why. I don't know why Kingston's selling them.
So technically speaking, my keyboard is now HyperX, and I'm going with that. I'm buying HyperX.
Nah, that's not how that works.
No, it is now.
And also, importantly, Kingston is going to retain the memory line, which the way this is worded doesn't make sense, because Kingston make RAM under the Kingston name anyways, but they're not they're going to keep the memory thing, but they're not going to keep the name HyperX for the memory. So I don't know why they include that. Like, it's essentially saying also Kingston's going to keep making RAM. Like, okay, cool.
So they're not going to be HyperX RAM sticks anymore.
I guess, or maybe HP's going to be making HyperX RAM sticks. I don't really know. And I don't know what this means for warranties under the HyperX RAM sticks too. I'd be concerned. They'd
probably get transferred over. I don't think they would like.
But here's the let's assume HP don't start making HyperX RAM. How are they going to replace it? Or do they have some back contract with Kingston? I don't know.
Maybe it's probably like, a certain amount of time. If it has a problem, then we'll honor it, give you a new HyperX one of the stock of what we have, and then after that, you kind of just shit out of luck, and then see what goes from there.
Yeah. What I'm curious to see is what this will mean for HP's VR part. The VR side of their business. The HP Reverb G2 is considered by all accounts right now to be the best overall VR headset to buy, assuming money is not an object. Money is the best thing to buy. I'm really fucking awful today. I'm really awful with words. The HP Reverb G2 seems to be the best because of its high frame rate and its lenses. It's really high for, I believe it's dual 4K resolution, which nothing else has. And it also, honestly, I considered getting one before the Quest 2, but it's way too expensive. But it seems to be the best of all worlds, except the controllers. The controllers I've heard are hot ass, but you need them for the setup. So the best VR overall right now is to buy a Reverb G2 and Knuckles. But I'm curious to see what this means for the audio side. The Reverb G2, the speakers on it, they're not the same, but they're almost the same as the ones on the Valve Index, because Valve collaborated with HP on them, and it has the same technology in it. They're not the same exact thing, but they're, for all intents and purposes, they are the exact thing. And I wonder if this means now that they own HyperX, the company behind some of the best-selling gaming headsets ever, if they're gonna, for any Fuji VR thing, if they're gonna use HyperX's own stuff, which I really hope they don't, because I've heard the Index speakers are revolutionary, and as someone who's owned HyperX stuff, their audio is not revolutionary. It's okay, and their products break
they're probably
easily.
Gonna put their revolutionary stuff into the HyperX.
Well, true. It wouldn't be anything like the Reverb Tech, because that's from Valve. I believe a lot of it's licensed from them, so they wouldn't be putting that in. I don't know. HyperX has always been one of those weird companies, right? The Cloud 2, which is technically the Cloud 1, and also the Cloud X. Essentially, anything, the Cloud 1, Cloud X, Cloud 2, and any other one of the original Cloud 1 or 2s that had a sub-model, like the Xbox One or the PS4 model, they're the same headset, and they're literally this, foreign headset, I think it's Chinese, I don't know, that they just rebranded. That's why the plates on the side look like they're removable, because they're not, literally removable, but in a factory, yeah, they can just swap them for something else. So they started as a sub-brand of Kingston that resold a headset that they would just mass buy from a factory and put their logo on, and it became a smash hit. Then they released the Cloud Alphas. I don't know if that's a similar story, but it's not known if that was a pre-existing thing. They were kind of cool and quirky, and I own them, and they broke way too early and very weird. And then they just started releasing the same headset over and over and over, and it got really fucking old. And they had some quality control issues in my experience, and I don't know, but HyperX has always been weird to me because it was not something Kingston put their full effort into very clearly. If they're reselling stuff that's pre-existing from a factory like that, which, to be fair, water cooling manufacturers do that. They just resell Asetek stuff with their name on it. Computer case manufacturers do that. It's technically no different. But for your entire business to be based around that as a sub-company of a RAM company, and to just keep selling things and growing, like your name and esports and everything, to resell stuff is very strange. I've never understood it entirely. I don't buy their products anymore because they, in my experience, they fucking suck. But I'm curious to see why HP's doing this. I don't entirely get it. The only thing I can wonder with Kingston starting HyperX in the first place is it seems like they started them as something to one day sell for a ton of money, and it worked. I'm just curious to see what happens. What I want to see too is what happens with the esports teams. All right, that's all we have though, so I guess we'll end here. So thank you guys so much for watching the podcast, whether you are on YouTube or Spotify. Woo! Or apparently Anchor and Minicast or whatever the fuck else Anchor distributed it on. I am working on getting the track order on Spotify fixed. It's an issue with how it's published, and Spotify literally told me, oh yeah, just republish them all. But you can't. I'd have to literally go through for like another hour and a half and re-upload them all and do that. So I'm trying to get them to do it on their end. We'll get going to. We'll see. I'll keep bugging them if they don't. And they were nice about it too. I don't think the
Oh,
guy
okay.
understood. It wasn't
The way
like
you
mean.
said it, you made it.
You cut out again, Zaire.
The way you said it, you made it seem like he was an asshole.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an asshole about it. It was just kind of an annoying response that like, yeah, just republish it, but that's not a thing that works.
It's not a thing that's easy to do.
No, you can republish it, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't unpublish the thing and republish it. It just doesn't do anything. It actually does nothing if you republish it. Like if you click the button, I'd have to manually re-upload everything, which is 24 now different things. And it's really annoying. And their website will fail at uploading sometimes, and I have to go and copy everything for every single. It's not fun. Would not be fun to do. Wouldn't recommend it. So far my experience with Anchor's been pretty bad, and it's ballsy of me to say considering Anchor's the thing hosting us on Spotify. But I'll go ahead and say it anyways. Anchor, my experience so far has been pretty fucking bad. But hopefully that gets sorted out. I'm working on it. Again, thank you for watching on YouTube as well. Yeah, and thank you guys for sticking around for the first podcast since our anniversary.
Woo!
And
Let's go.
yeah, SATAMonkeys.com, discord.satamonkeys.com. Check out our Minecraft server, which is also the address SATAMonkeys.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.